Hey guys, Jonah here, and I'm back down in London at Tool Fair at Ali Pali, and it's a massive show. This is the biggest tool fair that they do, but I'm here to prove that even with an hour, you can see a lot of stuff. So let's get inside and see what's cool, what's new, any quirky tools I can find in 1 hour. Let's go. Ah, a bit of Wurth Horsey. I don't think I've seen these at a tool fair before. This is a new one. Seeing Wurth. We learned how to say that the other day. It's not Wurth, it's not Wurth, it's Wurth. We do make inserts for them. You can get them at shadowfoam.com. But it's these kind of systems that I like, where you've got the boxes in like the racking, they all lock in place, and they've got the different sizes, different depths. So it's like a nice little modular system, but it's one you don't see very often because you can only get them from the Wurth dealers. My nearest one's in Warrington. There are quite a few of them. So the Wurth tools are like white label, made by Zebra, quite a lot of them, but they do have some other stuff too. They have some Knipex grips, and then some Weir, they're like Weir Allen keys. So made in Germany, there you go, you can see the Knipex. Everything's got a weird pronunciation, it's actually Knipex. I was surprised to see these at the show, to be fair, and some tool bags and stuff. Let's have a look if there's anything to buy. It's pretty cool, universal crimper. That's definitely a Knipex tool, isn't it? Oh no, made in Sweden, so maybe Bacco.
Have you seen our screwdrivers before?
Not really. I've had a little look at them. They do look quite smart.
So we've designed a handle, right, to make it as easy as possible, okay? So you take that end.
Yeah, okay.
And you try to twist that for me.
Yeah, you're pretty locked in there.
Yeah, just change the roll. You now go.
Yeah. World of difference. That's quite a nice, comfortable handle as well.
So because of that, it gives you a much better grip. You shouldn't have to use so much energy having to grip it and twist. So hopefully saving forearms and days on.
This is like a full through tang as well. That looks like a metal cap on it, yeah.
So what we do is obviously we offer a range. So depending what customers like or what they use. So we have a normal screwdriver like such, and we also have a heavy duty one. So,
so
that will have,
set, is it?
Yeah, your heavy, your hitting bit when people do use it as a chisel.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's solid throughout, so you can't bend it. And even if you need to get torque, you've got the hex.
And the hex drive as well. Is really, that's mint. That I really like screwdrivers that have that. It just gives you that extra bit of torque. You can get a spanner on it or an adjustable on it.
As you see, we've got same as the PH bits as well. You've got the colour coding depending on what it is. So
is that the price of the set? 15 quid for the set?
Yes.
Pretty good. That. Have you got any of these in stock?
Yeah, I'll grab you one now for you.
Yeah, I think I'll have one of those. That is a nice set of mechanical heavy-duty screwdrivers. 15 quid. That's my first tool pickup, I reckon. By Zebra. I don't have any Zebra tools, but these are like Zebra and Wurth, so it's like 2 in 1. That's a trusty little level. I've already got this. Nice though, tiny little pocket level, but a really strong magnet on it, which is kind of what you want. If you're putting like little Patras boxes on a wall, you want that to be stuck to it, so I love that. It's got a nice little pocket clip as well. I think my one's Stabila. Most of these Wurth tools are made by good quality brands and then just branded Wurth, so I know that that'll be made by Stabila too. Pretty cool, nice little product. Ah, Cleanboot, this is something I recognise. So we had a good little segment about this in our last tool fair video. Go and check it out here if you want to. But these are like replacements for those blue overshoes, and they're made out of scuba suit material. I think it's Paul about. Where's Paul? Here he is, he's coming over. How are you doing?
Yeah, really good, thanks. How
Legend,
are you?
Yeah, good. Sold many clean boots?
Absolutely, it's been fantastic reaction here. Both customers looking to save money by switching from these throwaways. And those also looking to reduce their carbon and single-use plastic waste.
They just make sense, don't they? It's nice to find a product that's just, it's a sensible solution to a problem, isn't it? We had a giveaway on these last time, so like I say, I'll put a link up here if you want to go and watch that video, and links in the description for clean boots. I won't poach any more off you this time, but it's nice to see you here. I'm glad it's going well, Paul.
Super, thank you.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Weir, always a favourite of mine. Have a look what's new over here. There's the quirky little tool I found last time. This 40cm level with the kind of a little adjustments. I absolutely love that, but I've already got 2 of them, so see what else is new. I don't think I've seen them before. This is like a little holder for the screwdriver bits, for the electric screwdriver, the little electric one, I think. That's cool. I'm pretty sure I got one of these, or very similar, from Tomb in Germany. I love a folding utility key. Utility key is one of those tools that you have to have, but usually they're like a little cross, and they're a little bit bulky to put in foam. So one that folds down flat, fit in a pouch a lot better, not get lost in the bottom of your pocket, but actually nice and solid as well, and also goes in a foam compact kit a lot better. 20 quid, what would you reckon? I do love the bi-cuts with a little button to make them like a really torquey pair of cutters, but I've got the insulated pair. These are called the power cuts. It's the only pair of cutters with a power button on. Press that down and then it changes the pivot point and you get a lot more leverage on them. Folding knife with replacement blades, jackknife. That's always intriguing when there's something that's, you can't tell what it is. Is that the jackknife? That one was open, I never opened it. Jackknife. That's a utility knife I don't have. A weird one. It's like the Metabo one I got from Denmark actually. It's got the little trapdoor for utility blades. To be fair, I need it for the collection really. I always like having a look at the full tool kits because then you get a bit of a good spread of all the best tools really. A little electrician's hammer, much smaller, got like that flat top on it so you can knocking pins up against the wall. And then I think this is one of their new kits, SawStop. Got that as SawStop though, don't need that one. It's nice to see a good selection of stuff on this beard. There's loads of weird stuff and show prices too, which is fab. This looks something interesting. I don't do much door hardware, but is this for like routering in the furniture on the doors, like the lock and everything?
Yeah, it sure is, yep. So this is called the door dock. The way it works is we're going to grab this piece here. This piece is for taking out the mortise part of the lock.
Right,
so we just set this in here, and then using the large router, we router out that for the large lock. Then this is all adjustable for different sizes. So you can do all the way down to small barrel latches you get, and all the way up to these bigger locks that we get here as well.
That's to take all the meat out for like the belly of the lock.
That's the belly of the lock there.
Yeah.
The big meaty part of the lock there.
And then for the little kind of fine adjustment for the plate, is that what the next one?
Yep, so this one is for your face plate here. You add in this one here. And then again, this is all adjustable. There's 2 bolts on either side then, and that allows you to center in the center of any door. So it doesn't matter what the thickness of the door is, that'll allow you to center it there. Once we get that routed in then, we take that piece off. And then if you just stand back, then we can access the hinge part of the lock on this side here.
Oh, I love it.
This part here, again, it's all adjustable for all different sizes of hinges. And with extra pockets taken out here, that's for your heavy doors, your fire doors, anything that you would have there. It takes 10 minutes to router out both sides of the door, put your hinges on, and put your lock in ready for hanging.
That's a no-brainer if you're doing a lot of big heavy office doors, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. This door that we have here is a fire door, and the reason why I've done that today is to show that how light and how easy it is to flip the door over without damaging the door, because joiners nowadays are having a lot more problems with these big heavy doors. So
and they can cost a lot of money, can't they? £1,000 for a really nice oak finish, lovely door with glass in it. And
you don't want to be damaging the new doors.
No, at all, no.
So this
it's nicely made. So real lovely. Where's it made? This.
So it's all over in Ireland. It's all made over in Ireland. This here is made from Valkramat. It's a hard-wearing MDF. And then just coated then as well. The main frame of it's made from box section steel and powder coated then as well, so it's very tough and durable. The whole thing folds down into a bag here, so you can take it with you.
So where do you get a door dock if you wanted one?
You have to buy them online at the minute, so you do. So
that's good.
I'll give you this card here for yourself, and that QR code will take you through to all my videos. It'll show you the video there of me doing a door in 10 minutes just to prove that it works. So
thanks for showing us, Brendan. Thanks very much.
Not a bother.
Cheers.
Welcome everybody, my name is Michael David. I'm the Managing Director of SawStop Europe. It's pretty exciting for us to be here today. We've been only existed in the UK market for a couple of months now. Tons of people have seen us on YouTube, but there's like seeing it in real life, right? Are you going to do it or am I going to do it?
Yeah, go on then. I've seen you do it on some clips on social media, so yeah.
We show imagery outside of a guy called Dennis. Dennis had 30 years of shop experience. One day, he's in his shop, he's doing everything right, and he got a kickback and his push stick broke in 2. That brought his hand into the blade and he lost his index finger and half. Right? He had a number of operations. It was 4 operations, weeks off work, and that's just one accident. You know, there are 49,000 accidents every year in North America. I don't know the numbers for the UK, but I've done so many elite demos and always meeting people. So always somebody who's hands up and says it happens to them. So the good news is that SawStop has been developing this technology with incredible reliability, 20 years already. Even better news is the American Linen testing for us for 20 years. So there are hundreds of thousands of these sourced in the North American market. We've never had a single failure. And that's because the technology is very simple. It's a 3-volt current always running through the blade. And when your skin comes into contact with that blade, we can detect it, stop it, drop it below the table in less than 5 milliseconds. That's 10 times faster than the airbag in your car. So let's go for a demo.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, before we do this, right, we should say we got this blade ridiculously high, so please don't do this at home. We're not using the blade guard because we just want everybody to see what happens. What you need to make sure is make sure you're holding the sausage.
Yeah.
Because then it looks like it's part of your body.
Okay.
And don't hold back, I would say.
Right, yeah. I've seen you kind of just go straight in, don't you?
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
tell you what, does scare you to death, doesn't it? But
It's amazing every time, right?
it's amazing, yeah. Just skimmed it.
You can see the damage there as well.
So that is the sausage demo in real life, and that is pretty impressive. It's hardly nicked, that sausage, but I tell you, it scared the life out of me. I was expecting it too, that's the thing. I knew exactly what was coming, and it still gave me a bit of a jolt, but there you go, that's a SawStop. So we'll put a link in the description. If you're interested in a SawStop, you like the look of this, and the safety element is just unmatched. So we'll put a link in the description if you're interested or you want to know more. But also, Michael's been very kind and he's hooked us up with 6 SawStop hats. So you know what that's about. 1 for me and 5 for a giveaway. So drop a comment down below. We've also got some SawStop pencils. And look at this little beauty. I think this is really cool little memento. So this is the blade and the cartridge from that little demo we've just watched. And you can see that blade is embedded in that big bulk of aluminium there. So pretty cool. So if you want to get one of the hats, this is the start of a pretty cool swag pile. Drop a comment down below. What do you think of the SawStop? What do you think of the sausage demo? Let me know. All those comments will be entered. And make sure you subscribe while you're down there.
And I can give you 6 sausages as well if you want to.
6 sausages?
I got plenty.
I don't know if they'll last. It'll be a few weeks before we do the draw, but thanks for the offer.
All right.
Always nice to just have a little look on the DeWalt booth and see if there's anything different. You never know what's going to change year on year. Bigger than last year, they've got more stuff here than last year. Always on the lookout for a case that I don't have. I think we've got it all covered, to be fair. We've got the tote, got the tool bag, got the T-stacks. Don't think we have this one. This is like a deep T-stack with a little organiser on top. That's slightly different to something I've seen. The big old 18-volt router. It was a bit of a hit last year, but now it's on sale. You can just come down here and buy one. Pretty mad how you can have such a beastly router with just a battery in it. The amount of damage you can do on it. It's probably the most scary power tool. Let me know in the comments, what would you say is the most scary power tool to put a battery and be free? To be free. There's something a bit like having a cord on something, locks you into an area, you can't go too far. You're locked in to a smaller perimeter. I remember when I was younger and I first got my hands on a router, I first saw somebody doing butterfly joints on a countertop. It was my dad with a router. Literally scared me to death. The idea of how fast it's going, the noise it makes, it's just one of the most daunting tools. You know, they've made a table saw pretty safe with a SawStop. I don't know what they can do with a router stop. Maybe that's the next challenge for SawStop, trying to make that as safe as possible. Hello, how are you doing, Trace?
I'm doing really well.
Yeah, it's looking good. Your booth never fails to impress.
I've got something for you.
Have you?
You did such a good job for me.
Yeah.
Can I give you that? You probably don't want it, do you? Because you've got your own case, haven't you?
Well, I don't know what it is yet.
It's for putting a sharp edge in.
I love it. Well, I can put some foam in it too. I've got my own sharp edge, haven't I?
Yes.
So have you got other cases new, are they?
I've only just opened them up. This is the first time they've been
Oh, nice little inserts in there as well.
3D printed.
I can tell. Yeah, they look good.
And then those fit in there with all your diamond stays.
Oh, that just fits like a glove, doesn't it? So that's my one.
You've only got a level one.
I'll take it, that's all right. As long as it's logoed, that's the main thing. And I've got my G-Sharp. My G-Sharp is currently snug in a nice piece of foam, but if I take it on the road, that'll be perfect. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
We'll put a link in the description if you want to see a demonstration of this. Our last tool fair, we had the full backstory about how you invented it, and it's really interesting. You can go and watch the segment. We'll link it just above here. Go and check it out. Hello, how are you doing? We're just shooting a video at the show, looking at interesting stuff from the Grabo. Definitely interesting. So are you doing a demo or anything, or what's going on?
It was actually invented by somebody who wanted to climb, was doing rock climbing, and he wanted to find a way of bringing himself into the wall. Now, there's a warning sign saying do not use for climbing. Make sure that's in there. But yeah, it all just works off a little bit of suction. So if you feel there, that's all it is. And then that connects onto there.
Best ideas are simple, aren't they?
Exactly that. And then it hasn't got to be a flat surface. It can have different
it can be really rough, can't it?
Exactly that. And then we have the different seals depending on what you're looking to lift. So
hey, I've not seen that before. The ones we've looked at before. I've looked at the DeWalt one and it's just the standard kind of like paddle air, isn't it? I've not seen these attachments.
Yeah, so this is the centre seal. So if you're working on like a curbstone, this seal is actually too wide, so it lets air in, so it wouldn't work. And then over here we have the rock seal.
Hey, I tell you what, that's good on a radiator. That's a good demo.
It's a thicker seal.
Yeah.
So then this can get into the grooves. Yeah, look in there.
Love it.
Get into the grooves, so you're able to lift that as well. Gets right into it.
That really gets you into the groove, that one, doesn't it?
And then here we have the T-handle. So if you have this, like an 80 kilogram cancel slab, makes it a two-man lift. So if you want to grab that side, and it's a lot easier than trying to lift that alone.
That is fantastic. Especially when you're doing these big porcelain tiles. They can be up to like, even a metre by metre is a bit hard to handle, isn't it? But they get up to like 2 by 1, 8 foot by 4 foot. Yeah, crazy.
So yeah, definitely helps with that.
And where are these made? Or where were they invented firstly?
It's an American company.
American company,
Yeah,
isn't
so
it?
we're the
Right.
UK distributor. It's an American company based in Vegas, and then the actual products are made in China.
So how much is your standard Grabo?
The Grabo Plus, the total difference is you've got the manual gauge on the Plus,
Okay.
so then as it goes up, you have to keep an eye on the gauge. It'll go up into the green, and then when it's up there, you turn it off. As it gets back in,
Got you.
reg, turn it back on.
Right, right.
Whereas the Pro will automatically kick back in, like you've just heard there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
As it loses suction, it automatically kicks back in. Also got the digital screen, so it'll tell you in kilograms, pounds, bar and PSI what it's lifting,
Yeah.
whereas that is just bar and PSI on the scale. And then the handle's a bit different. So if you see on this one, it's a lot chunkier. On this one, it's a lot more ergonomic. In terms of pricing,
Yeah.
generally you're looking at around the 200 plus VAT and 300 plus VAT marks, depending on where you look. Obviously,
Show
it
discount?
doesn't
What's your
run.
show discount today?
Can't say.
Can't say.
Can't say.
What, they can't say on camera?
Yeah.
All right, okay, fair enough. Well, we say to people, come to the shows is the only place you'll get the discount. Right, and a tool that you can't find here is our video sponsor, Metmo. Let me show you that though, back at the workshop. This video is sponsored by Metmo, which is a pretty quirky tool I'm excited to show you. When Metmo reached out to us, I couldn't resist because I've seen a few of their quirky little EDC tools on Kickstarter. They've always grabbed my attention, but I don't own any. So when they offered to send me their brand new Multidrive, I just couldn't resist. I wanted to see what was going on with it. And it's pretty cool, this thing. It looks exactly like a little pen. It's got a little collar on the end. So it's got a really nice feel to it. It's an aluminium body with a little bearing on the end here, so you can tell already it's built a little bit like a precision screwdriver, but it offers a lot more than that. First feature is it is a pencil, and a nice one at that. You've got a bunch of extra lead in this packet, and it just got a nice feel to it, a nice weight to it, so that's kind of like feature number one. It's got a little needle file which goes in there as well, and when you lock the collar down, it's not moving or wobbling around, so I think that's a pretty cool, unusual function for a multi-tool. Another one I quite like is these other attachments here. There's three, and they literally just slot in the exact same way with the collar. So this one's pretty good for a foam cutter. You've got a scalpel attachment. So obviously there are all sorts of scalpels. We use the size 11 to cut foam, and once it locks on there, it's really, really solid. That's what I like about it. It's got a nice feeling in the hand. If I'm going to be cutting logos in foam, having a little more of a stout scalpel like this, where you can get a bit of detail and you can cut around the letters of the logos, would make that easier. And it doesn't stop there. We've also got another little attachment. You put in the end, you lock the collar, and this is for precision screwdriver bits, which is nice. Again, it's just a nice feel to it, and it's not like a wide holder. It's really slim and in line. And then lastly, you've got a little scribe attachment. Once you've tightened it up, you can't even see that it's an attachment. It just looks like it's part of it, and it's just a scribe. That is just a nice little tool. I think this would have been a great addition to my compact toolkit, so maybe on the next revision, we include the Metmo. If you're interested in a Metmo, we'll put a link down in the description. Go and grab yourself one. It's a pretty cool tool, this, and I didn't mention it's made in the UK. So if you want to support Metmo and grab yourself one of these, we'll put a link in the description. Go and check it out and let me know if you grab one. But with that being said, let's get back to the tool fair. So I've been sporting these Blakladder work pants for the last couple of months, and I love them, but it's getting roasted in the UK. So while I'm here, I'm going to move over to a pair of the exact same but shorts. These should help me cool down a bit. They've got the same pocket set up, just a little bit of extra fabric off the bottom, so that is a good pickup. And these lifetime warranty, it still seems baffling, that lifetime warranty on workwear. Well, that's because it's so good. Let's keep going.
We invented this in the past, in the 70s. So if you're working with stainless steel,
And you want to shine it all up. That's the beauty of stainless steel, isn't it? You can go back to new if you've got the right tool.
we have a brand new surface, and then it's a little bit destroyed by metal or by transport. You take this one, and you can go on the surface and remove the scratches. And this is really, really unique. You can see here, the scratches is gone,
Yeah, I can see a bit of it, yeah.
Nearly the same color. So you can only do it with this material.
Yeah, yeah. Say a game changer if you've got a Cybertruck. That is what you need. You don't need a polisher. You need one of these in your boot just to shine it up when you get a door ding. You just get that out.
Absolutely,
Shine it up.
absolutely, yeah.
Brilliant, happy days. Right, thanks for showing us, and I'll keep
Jonas,
wandering
thank
around.
you for visiting us again. Huh?
Cheers.
Cheers.
There we go, there's the DeWalt version. So this is just licensed from Grabo. You can see it's got Grabo written on it. It's a little bit cheaper actually. With a normal Grabo, you've obviously got the battery built in, you've got to charge it, but with this you can just buy it body only, save a bit of money, you don't have to get the battery, and it's nicely DeWalt branded. It's a cool looking unit, that. I like it. I do like the origin of the Grabo model and the fact that it's a guy's invention, but the idea you don't have to buy the battery and it locks in with the rest of your stuff is pretty cool. So that is a tool fair in an hour, and what an hour it was. I saw a load of cool stuff. Let's get it all back to the workshop and I can show you what I picked up. So back to the workshop, and what a great tool fair that was. I do particularly enjoy the London tool fair because it is the biggest one of the year. All of the shows are quite similar, all 6 shows. They do all have some of the same key exhibitors, but I'd say the London show has got the most going on. Lots of brands there that I've not seen before, and I've been to a lot of tool fairs by now. Did manage to pick up some stuff, starting with a little beauty of a toolbox to add to the toolbox collection, which is pretty monumental. It's not very often I find a toolbox I don't have. Now, saying that, this is a Tanos Sustainer, so I don't just have one of these, I've got about another 12 of these. And basically, Tanos make the Sustainer in Germany, and there's loads of licensed brand versions. So Festool is the most famous one, the most popular one, but lots of other brands get a Sustainer in their colours with their brand on it. So this is a SawStop variation, and it's not empty. SawStop actually hooked us up not only with a toolbox Sustainer, but also with a load of caps. So I thought that was really kind of Michael, the SawStop rep, and I think he's managing the UK launch, which is going really well because the demos were packed out. There was loads of people around the demo, and that was pretty amazing, to be fair. He actually hooked me up with the cartridge and disc that exploded and scared me half to death, because I'll tell you what, when the sausage hit this, that's not a phrase you say very often, is it? But when the sausage hit this, I tell you, it went off like a bomb. It was a real thud. But the blade disappeared straight away. It was split-second stuff, and there's only a tiny little mark on the sausage. Let me know what you think we should do with this. I was thinking maybe make a bit of a display of it. Use one of our IKEA frame hacks, which if you don't know, we'll put a link up here. We get like an IKEA picture frame, put a solid back on it, put some foam in it, maybe put that in it, mount it in it. It feels like a bit of an award, doesn't it? The SawStop I Saved My Finger award. Saved a sausage award anyway. But it wasn't just that we got from SawStop. We got 6 hats. So as always, I got 1 for me, which I'm pretty happy with, and 5 for a giveaway. So as always, drop a comment down below. Let me know if you're going to attend a tool fair this year, or any tool fairs you've been to, what you think. All those comments are entered, and that's the first part of the little prize bundle. So we've got a SawStop carpenter's pencil, SawStop hat, which is amazing. Now in this Sustainer, I've also got a piece of the Tanos foam, which is a bit of a shocker, and it's like a cross-linked square foam. It looks pretty terrible, doesn't it? So that is going in my big old matchup collection. So I think I've got about 10 competitor brand foams. So DeWalt have got a pick and pluck foam, Milwaukee have got a foam, Makita have got a foam. They're all very similar to this, soft polyurethane, not ideal. This is interesting in the fact it's a bit more dense, but it's still that pick and pluck. It's pretty naff. So I'll put that in my collection. If you want to see that video, drop a comment, because I'm building pretty much one of every foam from every brand, and I can tell you straight away, none of them match up to Shadow Foam. This is a pair of Shadow Foam inserts, and with our foam, it's in 10 colours. We've got loads of depths available, and you can literally cut around the shapes, peel back the foam, and create your own perfect liner that looks good and is going to last you. So as we go through my haul, as you can see, they fit perfectly in there, as you'd expect. So we've already upgraded the SawStop Sustainer. We'll put this foam in the pile for the future. Also in that box is Gervais's gift to me. It's nice to be a bit of a regular feature at the tool fair. Each time I go, there's a few more people recognise me. Great to meet some viewers of the channel and some fans. And if you do see me at a show, please come over and have a chat. It's great to talk tools, and I love hearing what your favourite videos are or seeing your Shadow Foam projects. Now, I've had a few gifts off fans and subscribers. This is the first time an exhibitor has had something prepared for me. Walked over to Gervais, he said, "I've got something for you." He presented me with this case. I thought, what's in that? It is... It is a case for me G-Sharp. So I already had a G-Sharp, so I was a little bit wondering what was in it, but I already had the item to go in it, so there we go. Thank you very much, Gervais, for me case. And it's not just an empty blank case. He's also got these 3D printed storage modules to hold the sharpening stones and the blade and everything. And he's got the G-Sharp logo on there. So thank you very much, Gervais. If you want a G-Sharp, we will put a link down below, because he's a friend of the channel, Gervais, and he invented this product, and it's made in the UK. And I love to support a little British business, British made product as well. Really genuinely nice little chisel sharpener. If you want to see that, I found this the first time in our Maker Central tool hunt, which I'll put a link up here. And if Maker Central has perked your interest,
you had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
On the 17th and 18th of May, I'm at Maker Central, and I'm not just there wandering around on a tool hunt, although I will be tool hunting. I've got a booth there. We've got a full exhibition trailer I've been building out, and I've got a bunch of my team with me. We've got a special offer on Shadow Foam, so literally, if you're there buying some foam, not only will you get a great discount, we're also going to have some pretty cool gifts with purchase as well. You've got to get down to the show. We'll put a link in the description, and at this point, we've still got some free Sunday tickets. So the show is on Saturday and Sunday. I would recommend going for both days, because there's so much to see, so many makers to meet, creators to see. There's loads of different workshops to participate in, so you can do a bit of blacksmithing, a bit of injection molding, some resin crafts, and there's loads of things to look at and see as well. So I'd recommend getting a ticket for both days, but if you can only do one day, get a free ticket for the Sunday. There's still a few left. We'll put a link in the description. Make sure you use the code MCJOHNNA25 and you can get the free Sunday. So come along to Maker Central. Hopefully I'll see you there and we can talk some tools and you can grab yourself a great deal on some shadow foam. But that being said, that's the G-Sharp all packed away in its new case. That is the SawStop Sustainer. We've got our giveaway going, and that leads me to my pickups at the show. Now, as I mentioned, I've done a lot of tool fairs. A lot of the cool things that I'm seeing I've already got, including what I picked up from Blakladder. I've been wearing these Blakladder work pants for a few months now, and I love them. And I got the exact same pair, but in short mode. We're in May right now and it is a heat wave, and I think that was probably my first obvious pickup from the show. I love the pants. They've got a lifetime warranty. Can you believe that? Blakladder pants have got a lifetime warranty on the stitching and the seams, which is what you need. That's where they always bust. So I love this pair of pants, and now this is the shorts version, which I think I might put on now because it's flipping roasting.
It's too hot today.
And there we go, in shorts mode now. Perfect timing for the summer because it's heat wave now, and I think we're gonna have a bit of a scorcher this summer. And the Blakladder pants are great, and I love all the pockets, but they are quite warm. They're thick jean work pants. And speaking of workwear, another little shout out from the show. Didn't expect to see Liam Snellin there. Now, who's been watching The Apprentice this year? Because I think it was one of the best series ever. It was really, really fun. Liam, he lasted not quite to the final 5, I think he was in the final 6. Well, he owns a workwear brand, Komodo Workwear, and he was exhibiting at the London Tool Show, and I think he's at a few of the shows to be fair, and he's gonna send me a pair of his pants to have a look at. I had a look at them at the show. Stylish Workwear is his brand, and they did look pretty cool, so I'll have to try out a pair of those. But it was nice to meet Liam at the show, and he was there with a couple of his compatriots too from The Apprentice show, so it was pretty nice to meet them and have a chat with those guys. But on with me shopping. Now, the only bits I actually brought back from the show were from Wurth, and Wurth is a brand I've not seen at the show before. There's a couple of new ones, to be fair. SawStop, Wurth, Starrett were there, which I've not seen at the show before. Grabo, nice to have a proper look at the Grabo and get a demonstration of how that works as well, which was pretty cool. From Wurth, and that's the proper way to say it, we learned that in Denmark, Wurth, we got a set of their zebra screwdrivers, and these were pretty good. It was 20 quid, and they're like a hex bladed anti-slip handle. The guy did a bit of a demonstration to show me how good the handles were. Really comfortable, made by Zebra and then branded with the Wurth logo. Set of 5 screwdrivers, which were pretty cool, and they also hooked me up with a couple of bits and bobs he chucked in the bag. That's always the advantage with the tool fair. You'll get a few goodies and a few things chucked in. Wurth chucked me in a notebook and pen, which is pretty cool, and also, even more cool, was a Torx bit set in one of the Wurth cases. These are quite nice because they've got a belt clip and they kind of like spring up when you open it. I've already got standard bit kit. This is their Torx bit kit. And again, just chucking that in for free when you've only spent 20 quid is pretty good. Now, another little unexpected surprise of the show is a representative from a tool company. I don't know if he sought me out or he just stumbled across me at the show, but Philip from SOLA, which is an Austrian tool brand, came across, introduced himself and said he's seen the channel, he's seen what we do, and he'd like to send us some tools. And he did. At the show, he was a man of his word, and literally, as soon as I got back, I had a parcel waiting for me from SOLA, and we've got a few goodies from SOLA, and they're quite a cool brand, to be fair. And not only have they sent me some cool tools, they've also sent me some cool SawStops, which, I mean, I'm absolute buzzing with that. I was well happy. But thanks very much, Philip, for coming over and chatting to me and putting a new tool brand on my radar that's not just some rebranded stuff. They've got some really interesting tools. He sent me a bit of a selection. They've got quite a big range, to be fair, but he sent me some of the highlights. So this is their Bluetooth CITO digital tape measure, which we'll open up and have a look at in a minute. He's also sent us a couple of the smaller tape measures, which are made in England. As soon as I saw that, I was like, wow, some made in England tape measures, branded SOLA, something a bit different about these pair as well. And something for the giveaway. He's a viewer of the channel, he knows how it goes. He sent me 6 of these little pocket levels with like a belt clip, which I thought is a little beauty. So you can clip that on your onto your belt or onto your pocket. So I've got 6 of those. Obviously, as you know, 5 of those are going into this already pretty cool giveaway. So it's not just a hat and a carpenter's pencil now. You've also got a little SOLA pocket level. And as you can see here, I've got 6 SawStops. So one for the collection, which puts us at 57. We're going strong on this SawStop collection. It amazes me where it all began, discovering the first SawStop back in Germany, Eisenblatter, and now I've got 57 of them. But we've got a SOLA one and a shadow foam one. If you didn't know, we have a shadow foam branded SawStop. You can get one, put a link in the description. But these little bundles now also have a SOLA SawStop, which I think is a pretty cool piece to add to the collection. So we're going to cut that in. I've got a couple of tape measures. This one is the SOLA Video Flex. This is the 3 meter class 2 made in England tape measure, just in metric, and it's got like an auto lock. So quite a lot of tape measures, you kind of have to click the lock. This one is auto lock-in, and then you press the button to release, and you've got this little window on the top. So you're getting a measurement all the way to the back. So if you're measuring like an internal, you can have that hard up against the inside of a window frame. You can have that up there, and then you can see, you know, the internal measurement is 53 centimeters or whatever. So that's pretty cool. I don't have one of those. I've seen these before, but I've not seen the SOLA one. And it's a nice quality, nicely made in England tape measure. I like that. And then this is a 3-meter tape, and it's a little bit smaller. So this is maybe like a little compact tape measure, really thin as well. And again, it's got a nice solid feel to it. And this has got the kind of classic lock. Just a nice quality tape measure, that one. Another class 2 tape, 16mm wide. That's kind of one that I'd just have with me on the road, really. You know, if you're measuring up, just something small you can have in your pocket, not taking up too much room. So they're pretty cool. He also had a massive big long parcel that turned up with a full length level. So this is like a 4-foot level. It's got something about it because it just feels really solid. So this is a 4-foot magnetic level, which I definitely don't have. I've got a couple of levels, but not a big old... Whew, you can't even see the magnets on that, but I'm guessing it's these chunks in the side here are all the magnets. That, I tell you what, that has got some flipping pull to it. That is staying on there proper. That is a pretty good level, I tell you what. That is a beast. That took me by surprise how magnetic that is. So that's awesome. Thanks very much for sending that over. I don't think I'm going to be cutting that in foam, but I will always have that on hand. That can just go above me like that. Now finally, the most interesting item I would say, certainly the one that seemed the most quirky and different, is this tape measure with a Bluetooth logo. What is going on with that? I'm guessing there's some sort of app that connects to it, and that is like no tape measure I've ever seen before. So it is a standard 5-meter tape measure in terms of its metric, but it's obviously got these little black readouts on it, which the encoder is picking up on for the measurements. You've also got like this little standout here, so I'm guessing that's for internal measurements. Let's have a look at connecting it to my phone.
Do you want me to connect up your phone?
So I've connected this to my phone. It's quite easy. To be fair, literally, I installed the SOLA app and it immediately recognized there was one of its products in the vicinity. So it connected really quickly on laser distance measures. It just popped straight up saying the device is connected. So that's refreshing. I didn't have to go messing about in settings. Now, it took me a second just to work out exactly how this works. My first thought was, why do you need this? You know, this is about 140 quid online. Laser measures are maybe like 20, 30 now. You can get them quite cheap. I was thinking, why would you want this big bulky item, 140 quid? But actually, I think if you're doing kitchen fitting or window fitting or something where you're quoting and you want a really accurate log of the measurements, the project, I think this is a bit of a winner, to be honest. I think it's really, really clever. I also really like the pouch. I've had another look at that and it fits in there really nicely, properly snugs down in there, and then comes over the top, and it's got a really solid clip on it, and you just feel like for something expensive, you've got a nice little case for it. It's also charged with a USB-C, so not like a weird lead. Everything's USB-C now, or most things are, so it's nice that it's got a modern lead. Now let me show you how it works. So what you do is you click Create Project, and you take a photo of it. So if it's going to be like a kitchen window or a bay window, or I'm going to take a picture of the set behind me. Basically, I can step back, take a photo. Let's say I want some measurements. Well, once I've got the photo imported, it's saying that the project's around that. And then I can literally think, well, let's get a measurement of the width of the panel on the wall. And you can do as many of these as you want. So you say, I'm going to measure that width there. You then click the arrow. It's automatically connected to the tape measure. And then literally you just run the tape measure across it. You can see you're going to that internal edge. And then once you've got the measurement, you click send. Sends it to the screen, 143.2 centimeters. So I can click save. That's great. And then if I want the height, I can just add a new arrow. And I'm going to go for the height on this one, which is just there. And again, we click the arrow, it pops up saying what's the measurement. It's just nice and quick and easy. I quite like it. And then 58.4, you click send on the tape measure, numbers across, click save. And then let's say we want to get, you know, another measurement. Let's say we go for this panel here on the left. What's the width of that one? We'll put a little arrow on. We want to go for the arrow appears in the middle. We want to go in the middle. We just make it a bit shorter. Let's say this time we want it in millimeters. So I can change it to millimeters on the tape measure. Measure it, just got to click the blue arrow, get the measurement, click send, it automatically fills it in, now in millimeters because I've changed it on the tape measure, and I can save it. Now that's using the internal. I can also add notes, so I can click the text box here and just write middle panel is 78 mil deep. Maybe I just want some comments on there just so I know I've got it logged on the project. And then you can just move things around nice and easy. You can put them where you can get to the dimensions, and it just keeps it really, really simple and all in one place, which I quite like. There's not loads of options, there's just enough options to help you get a photo, get all the measurements logged, quick and simple. You're in and you're out, you've got the thing, you click save. You can change the name of the project really simply. You can just type in workshop panels, and you could put, you know, what the name of the customer is maybe. That one's for Mabel. You save it, and you've got that little, it's just saved on your phone then in the app. You walk away, you know all the pictures are there, all the dimensions are on there saved. What a winner. Thank you very much, Philip from SOLA, for sending these things over. I'm very impressed with that digital tape. That is my first Bluetooth connected tool, I think, and I think we will cut that into this panel. So we've got the SOLA SawStop, we've got the tape measure, we've got the screwdrivers. I think we do some foam cutting. So that is all of the foam cut, and I'm pretty happy with that layout. Fitted everything in there nice and snug. So when it comes to cutting foam, it's dead easy. I've used the scalpel that comes in our cutting kits. Cutting kits come free with most orders at shadowfoam.com. As long as you spend over a certain amount, you'll get a free cutting kit. You can buy them separately too. And all you've got in there is anti-cut gloves, scalpel blades, instructions, branded stickers, everything you need to cut the foam. And as I say, all you do is cut around the item and then peel back layers of foam to create your perfect tool organizer. We have inserts for every toolbox on the market. We also have large rectangle sheets and multi-packs as well. There's loads of different versions, and you can get custom sizes. So we'll put a link in the description. And as always, it fits perfectly in the Sustainer case, and I'm happy to have another SawStop in the collection. That is awesome. And a SOLA one as well, another really cool tool brand. But there you go, I'm happy with that. That tape measure really is a pretty cool thing. The fact it connects to the app, sends the measurements across, I can imagine that being a real time saver for somebody who's pricing up jobs going out. And the fact they've got the little pouch as well, you can have it on your belt, that's pretty cool. Let me know what you think in the comments of the SOLA tools. Let me know what you think of the Zebra tools and the tool fair in general. Have you been to a tool fair this year? Are you planning on going to one? Get a comment in down below. I read all the comments and I do reply to as many as I can. And if you do drop a comment, as long as you're subscribed, you'll also be entered into the giveaway. We've got 5 cool little bundles here. SawStop cap, SOLA pocket level, you've got the SolStock, the carpenter's pencil. That is a great little prize bundle. I always come away from a tool fair with some cool stuff, and I think this is no exception. Thank you very much to SawStop and Michael for letting me do the demo, actually. Michael's done loads of those demos. You can tell he's an expert at it now, but it was nice for me to have a bit of a go on the old SawStop. Pretty cool that. I'd love to get a project made on the SawStop. Let me know what you think of that. No matter what conversation you're getting involved in below this video, all those comments get entered into the giveaway. So don't miss out. Make sure you're involved. Make sure you subscribe while you're down there. Click the bell icon so you don't miss any of our future videos. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.